Hello.
Good afternoon, Kanika.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Okay, please introduce yourself.
Okay. And I'm working as Salesforce developer and have experience of 2.8 years. Then in my career, I work on profile security, workflow, process builder. Then in development part, I work on trigger, asynchronous apex, and currently I'm learning LWC
Okay, so how much you rate yourself in admin
out of
out of 5?
5 4.
Okay, nice. Have you also worked on flows?
Yeah, due to the workflow, now we switch to flow also.
Okay. Okay, what you have built or what task you have performed using flows?
Okay, using Flow, I will update the related fields. Then now in current, there is a flow requirement that if the customer email ID is changed or the customer phone is changed or the customer marital status is changed, then the updated value should be updated in our record. So I created a flow and use a decision box and I use three paths for phone, email, and marital status and if it is true, then another subflow is added, and that subflow will handle the further procedure.
Okay.
Screen flow, I use it for that.
Okay. How many types of flows we have?
Okay, screen flow, record trigger flow, platform event, schedule flow, and auto launch flow.
Okay. And how we used to call Apex class from flows?
We can call Apex class by giving a annotation at the rate invocable method.
And can you tell me different functions which are recently introduced in the flows?
They are, previously, the formula field checking is not available in a flow. Yeah, and something tasting data also added.
Anything related to debug or anything related to execution?
In record trigger, we can debug
Okay.
before the execution.
Okay. Have you also worked on the data security?
Yeah, profile and OWD.
Okay. Can you explain me this?
Security model.
Yes.
Yeah. Security model includes four types. Profile level security, object level security included in is under the profile. Then record level security. There are OWD sharing rules, rule hierarchy, manual sharing. Then fields level security. OWD is the most restrictive type of security. If we want to allow the further access, then we use sharing rule, load hierarchy, and manual sharing.
Okay. So in record level security, what access we usually share? Do we share with the users or what type of permissions we are sharing using this object record level access?
Yeah, in OWD, private, public read only, public read write. Then public read write transfer is available for only lead and case, and public read write full access available for campaign.
Okay. What if I make this OWDS set as private? So, and I have two users. So, what will happen in this case? For a particular object, I have set this OWD private.
Yeah, each user can see his own records only.
Okay. Each users can see on record. Okay. Let's suppose I have two users. Okay.
Hmm.
And here both are in the same role.
Hmm.
Hence, both are having the same or in the same level. And now what is happening? User A is able to see the records of user B, but user B is not able to see the records of user A, and both are in same role.
Both are in same role.
Yes. So how we can achieve this, or what are the possibilities here?
We can use the sharing rules,
Okay.
either criteria based or owner based sharing.
Okay. So here the OWD, what will be the OWD here?
OW private because one only one can see the other record, not both.
Okay. So are you aware about this manual sharing button?
Yeah, it is used to manually share a record with another user.
Okay, so is there any condition, or in every condition we used to able to see this button on a record page?
No, if the OW is private, then we can see the manual sharing button.
Okay, let's suppose account and opportunity are there. Okay,
Hmm.
and both are related to each other. Okay,
Hmm.
so now here the OWD for account is read only. Okay,
Hmm.
and for opportunity OWD is public read and write.
Okay.
Okay, so on opportunity will I able to see this manual sharing button?
No, no, because already the records are read right.
Okay, because the records are already read and write. And can you explain me this page layouts and record types?
Yeah. Page layout controls the visibility of fields, means how we can arrange the fields. Then we can decide the order, and then in page layout we can uh, uh, allow the related list also, which related we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Then buttons and links that can be used on the record page. And a record type is used to restrict the value of pick list. Means if we want a two user to use to see different layout, then we can use a record type for that.
Okay, so what are the possible ways in which we can make a field mandatory?
Yeah, we can make a field mandatory while we create it
Okay,
uh, through page layout
yeah.
and through validation.
So, what are custom settings and how many types of custom settings are there?
Yeah. Custom settings is somewhat similar to custom objects, but we cannot create the tab of custom settings. And they are stored in cache memory, so they are easily accessible. This give faster access to the record. And there are two types of custom settings: list and hierarchical custom setting.
Okay.
List custom setting will give equal access to all the users, but hierarchical custom setting we can give the access according to profile, user, and organization level.
Okay, can you explain me this hierarchical custom setting use case with any example?
uh, level record are accessible to all. If I want
Yes.
a particular user to see the record, then I will use the I can select his profile in that custom setting.
Okay.
Uh, we can use custom to bypass the trigger also, bypass validation rule also.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, custom metadata type are also very similar type to this custom setting also. So, is there any differences between both, or why should we prefer custom metadata type?
Yeah. The custom settings are not deployable. Means
Okay.
if we deploy, then they are not deployable. We have to manually deploy them using data loader or other tool. But custom metadata is deployable. And custom metadata requires queries, but the queries are not counted in our governor limits.
Okay. And anything related to data types also?
Yeah, it gives the extended. We can use lookup in custom metadata.
Mm-hmm.
Then text long field is also available, and pick list field is also available.
Yes. So, how much experience you have in this development part?
I work as an admin for 1 year, and then after 1.8 I work as developer.
Okay. So, can you tell me the best practices to write the Apex trigger?
Yeah. We must write only one trigger for one object. Then avoid nested for loops. Then avoid hard coded values. Then don't use DML or SQL inside the for loop. Then modularize our code. And yeah.
Okay.
And if we want to insert an object, then we can add them into a list, and then we can at once insert the list. It will
Okay.
save our governance.
Okay. So, can you tell me the SQL limits to query the records?
Yeah, for synchronous it is 100, and for asynchronous is 200.
Okay, this is the number of SQL queries we can make,
Yeah, yeah.
and the number of
No,
rows we can retrieve.
yeah. For with synchronous we can retrieve 50,000, but with batch we can retrieve 50 millions records.
Okay, so now let's suppose I have made a inner query on account and contact. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it is retrieving for account 40,000 of records. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
And in inner query, contact is retrieving around 12,000 of records. So in this case, will it throw any exception, or it will execute?
It will throw the exception.
Why?
The total is the total number of records is greater than 50,000.
Is returning more than 50,000. So it will
Yeah.
going to count the rows of inner query also.
This child parent relationship. No, it not. It will not count.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So account and contact both are child and parent. They behave like a child parent. So when I delete account, so its related contact also get deleted. Are you agree with this?
No, because it is not mandatory relationship. When we create a contact, it is not mandatory to select the account. We can create contact without the account. So it is a special relationship actually. Because I use a role of summary on account also. It allow me to create role of summary on account. So it is not neither master table, neither lookup. I think it is a special relationship.
So when you create roll-up summary, so it allows you to count the number from contacts.
Yeah, you use it once.
Are you sure?
Actually, I was curious about that, so I try this.
Okay. This is something new I get to know. Okay. When we used to contacts are related to account, so you are not agree on this point. So when we delete on the account, it will
No,
not
it
going
does
to
not.
delete the related contact.
Yeah.
Okay. And with opportunity, if I used to delete the account, so will it going to delete opportunities also or not?
Count an opportunity. I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you worked on test classes also?
Oh yeah, I wrote test class also.
Okay. And on asynchronous Apex, what you have done? Have you worked on batch Apex?
Yeah, better.
Future
Schedule element.
methods?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is batch? Why we use this?
Yeah. Batch is asynchronous Apex, and if we want to do the bulk operation, more than 50,000 records, then we use the batch Apex. It has three methods: start, execute, and finish. And to use the declare the batch Apex, we extend the interface database dot batchable and database dot stateful. If required, we will use stateful, but by default, it is stateless.
Okay. So now let's suppose I have 400 records to process. Okay.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
batch size is 200. Chunk size is 200.
Yeah.
So how many times the execute will going to run?
According to our batch size, if you give 200, it will for 400 it will run two times.
Okay. And the start and finish method, how many times they will going to run?
Only single once.
Single time.
Yeah.
Okay. And in which method we used to call next batch if I want to call another batch?
We can call with finish method,
Why in finish?
because if we call batch from execute method, it will definitely hit the governor limits.
Okay, it will hit the governor limits. And if I call it from start?
Start method is used to retrieve only the objects and records required for execute method.
So this means we cannot perform any other except this querying the
No, we
objects.
can use a batch only in execute.
And what if I want to call next simple method of any another class? So this is also not possible from start method.
No, we can call.
We can call, but not the another batch.
No.
Okay. And in future methods, what type of parameters we use to pass?
We can use only primitive and collections. S object is not supported in future methods.
Okay, now I want to pass the S object values only. So can I do this?
Yeah. You can pass the ID, or you can use serialize the using JSON. We can serialize it, and then we can pass the string.
Okay. What are mixed DML errors?
Then we try to do the DML on setup and non-setup object in single transaction. Then we see the DML exception.
Then we see the DML exception. So
We get
how
this.
we can get rid of this?
We can use future method to get rid of this.
Okay. And in test classes,
Mhm.
why do we use system.run as?
System.run as by default the test class run in the system context. If we want to run the code according to the for in a user context, particular user context, then we use system.run as.
Okay. And test.stop test and test.start test, why they are used?
We use them to get a fresh governor limits. For each execution, they will give a fresh governor limit set.
Okay. Okay, so as you know, in flows, everything is introduced what a trigger can perform, but still we go with the triggers for some many of the scenarios. So,
Yeah.
so what are the scenarios, or why do, in which condition we used to select or go with the triggers?
Uh, in uh, in flows, after delete is an operation is not available. Option is not available.
Okay.
And uh, if the requirement is somewhat critical, then the flow will become complex to understand and maintain.
Yeah.
If the requirement again come for, so it is difficult to make the changes.
Okay.